Here we are, early in the morning, lovely day, not raining.
Heading down to the bus station to get a Caldas da Rainha. Whoops, I'm on the step. The bus is leaving quite shortly, so we're in a bit of a hurry. Let's go.
Yeah, game on. The swings in Portugal are really weird. I don't know what it is, but it happens this way. Ah, Northern Pole. Ah, that'll be it. So I'm from New Zealand.
So we just bought our bus tickets, and from Nazare to Caldas da Rainha, one way it's €3.80 if you just buy a single ticket per person. We've bought return tickets, and so that works out to €6.50 per person, so you save €1.10. We just had to bring Ma and Gaz here, our favourite little cafe in Caldas da Rainha. Still incredibly good value. Great place to come for a quick breakfast before we wander around town. This is excellent. We came here like last year and the galao was 70 cents. It's now 80 cents. It's still lovely. We've ordered, because we're going here for a huge buffet lunch later, we've just ordered some toast with butter, a tostada with manteiga, it's like 80 cents. And Ma and Gaz have gone for another pastel de nata.
And galao, yeah.
Very nice, get out, yeah.
Awesome. Enjoy.
Alright, obrigado.
How is it, Ma? Different to the other one? Nazare? Much smaller.
The paper bit's really nice.
Bon appetit.
So wonderful to see the prices have barely changed, and you can still get a small glass of wine for 50 cents. We've just had some toast, and oh my word, it was absolutely delicious. Have a look here, the pão com manteiga casera, 80 cents, and it's incredible.
Come down to the Praça República, to the lovely fruit and vegetable market here in Caldas da Rainha. So pretty, colourful, nice to look around.
And yeah, the calçada is so cool here. Gaz is having a good look.
Beautiful, man. Oh yeah.
So cool, we've come to the fabric shop, the factory shop of the famous artist. This is the guy who made the like the cabbage plates, etc. Really sort of kitsch type artwork that was famous in Portugal and becoming famous in the world, and it's from here, it's from Caldas. It's totally kitsch. Little couple pieces. And it's with a pheasant. Yeah. Oh, there's a head there. Yeah. Cabbage leaves. Okay, so there's a factory outlet. 30% discount. That's so cool. Nice platter. Is it a cabbage? Yeah, that's so cool. As you walk around the streets of Caldas da Rainha, you'll see many examples of the amazing artwork of Bordallo Pinheiro. In 2015, the first piece of the Rota Bordalliana was installed, which is a giant frog in the fountain, which is to be found in front of the train station. This is where he actually arrived from Lisbon, arrived in Caldas and set up the factory. Well, that's many years ago in 1885. Now, we've read that it takes around 2 hours to walk the whole route and to see the 20 giant statues. We're still planning to do this walk. We haven't done it yet. So if you have done it, could you please let us know about it in the comments below? Would love to hear more. The soil around Caldas da Rainha is rich in clay, which is why for centuries it's been a renowned centre of glazed pottery. Later on in this video, we're going to be visiting the workshop of a well-known artist, so be sure to keep watching. Love the street art. Oh, the frog in a teacup. So cool.
4.5 kilometre walk to the buffet all you can eat place. Well worth it. Build up an appetite and then eat like hungry people.
Yeah, we're going back to restaurant Lisboa because we've raved about it to Ma Gaz, trying like local food.
This is a great way to see
more of Caldas.
Yeah, the back streets, the places we wouldn't normally go to.
Yeah.
Don't take a taxi, walk it. Far more interesting.
Get a bike.
Oh wow.
Old school bikes.
We bring them to all the best places.
Still going strong.
About 1 more kilometre to go. You can tell how impatient I am to get to the restaurant. Look at how far behind they are. Come on guys. We enjoyed this place so much last time, we just had to come back and bring Ma and Gaz, straggling along, bringing up the rear. But the great thing is...
The marathon is complete.
Yeah, what was it, 3.5k or something like that?
3.5 days.
3.8k. Cool.
Ready to eat. Slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah, they've changed the layout. It's changed slightly, but oh lovely, the desserts still look good. And of course, the salad bar for the healthy option. First round.
Always a really nice selection here. Gone for a bit of salad because I thought I'd be sensible. And a nice bit of salmon there, yeah, and a pork cheek. And I think that's a risole with
I think it's a bacalhau. Oh, it's a prawn, okay.
Prawn, yeah, come on out.
Cool. And so Gaz has gone for traditional Portuguese batatas fritas. French fries.
Nice.
Hi, my name's Gary. I'm really a bad boy. This is what you don't do on Frugal travelling. This is a plate that you could have got for €4 at the local supermarket. And I just blew it like on €15. So, but I got 2 sorts of potatoes.
And he's got bread.
Bread. Bread's good for soaking up carbs.
Bread is carbs, Gaz.
I know it is.
He's sort of loading up on the carbs. Like, interesting, interesting.
I can afford it.
After the long walk.
And Ma's gone for quite an eclectic mix. Finally, Ma's finally got sardines. Been in Portugal almost a week. First sardine. Yep. And another mixture she's also trying. Somewhere in there.
The only thing I've really got here that is sort of normal home is tomato and cucumber.
Okay.
But also, Ma's been adventurous and she's got, are you going to try it now, Ma? Just so we can, pig's ear.
Dog tucker.
We've never tried it and I don't know if I would. Okay, that's cool. The 0% beer option, Ma chose the Sagres because she liked it.
It's looking quite nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Me and Gaz are sharing the vino tinto, and I've got my sparkling vino, white wine.
But it's good.
Hard to eat.
And so Ma's having fun with this sardine.
That's a challenge.
And we've said we don't tend to get sardines because they're so tricky. Okay, my plate's a little bit messy and a little bit eclectic, but this is what you do when you come to a buffet. I've got tuna, I've got there's a bit of chicken, mushrooms and bacalhau Lisboa, some delicious spicy sausage. And I've also got pineapple and rock melon just for like a palate cleanser. Ma's plate looks very good. She went for the blood sausage. I'm not really a fan, but how is it, Ma?
Very nice.
Okay, the bits of cake are really big, like massive portions. So I'm hoping Mandy's going to help me sort of get through these. I've only gone for like the lemon cheesecake and some sort of chocolate thing and then a mousse as well, but there's still loads of different options.
He's using a teaspoon.
Julie's got the right idea. She's got like 7 or 8 different things there.
Oh, and the pineapple is delicious.
Just a little bit of each.
I was doing really well. I was only having a little bit of fruit. I was, you know, very sensible, and then There was this chocolate one that I haven't tried, and that one that I did that I liked anyway. But there's a new one that's come out that just couldn't fit on the plate, so maybe on plate number 3. If I have the legs left.
No, that's not for you.
That's why you got me spoon.
No, I got that to share because that's the thinniest piece.
It's quite nice.
The new one.
Oh, it looks lovely.
This is my first cafe shale. I'm normally a Galao drinker. 1 sugar, little spoon. Little cup, little spoon. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a cafe. Yeah.
And that's a seasoned coffee drinker right there.
Yeah, that's.
You like it?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
beautiful. That's.
Oh, because I've got an abatanado, so Lee's got his shale.
Yep.
Can you tell the difference between these two? 'Cause I didn't realise you could choose a abatanado, which simply means more water.
Yeah, it's nice. It's longer and but more like less powerful.
Still
whereas
strong, this one.
This has got flavour.
I struggle with those.
Yeah, me too.
No, that's. No.
Oh.
Put some water on this way.
Okay, so this is the new like self-service menu. It's really good value actually. $1.70 for a soup of the day. Prato do dia, including a drink and a cafe, is $7.50. Or for an extra 50 cents, you get a soup. So yeah, great value. But I have to say, I do love the buffet. It's always ever so tasty. And what did you think, Ma? How was it?
Yeah, no, really good. I liked it, yeah.
Cool, cool. Gaza, what do you think?
Brilliant. Well worth the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Are you ready to walk back to town now?
No.
Totally stuffed.
We
Wow.
can waddle back to Caldas.
Let's do it.
So here we are at Silos. Oh my word, if anyone ever wondered what this amazing building was, it's been transformed. There's a hamburger bar, so many artist workshops, and I just love the fact that they've repurposed this old industrial place to make something so much art.
And that's Mandy. And this is Mariana, the artist.
Hi.
YouTube video.
We're very
Is it
impressed
okay?
with this place.
Oh, it's
Like we
good.
didn't know that it existed before until you just bought us
place?
here.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's,
it looks like it's kind of
it
a
has
very.
quite history. It used to be a factory that it was for drying cereals.
Okay.
So that's why the
The
cereals
silos.
are,
Yeah.
And then I think they went in bankruptcy or something like that.
Mm.
And they reinvent themselves and trying to renovate the place by making beautiful artwork outside on the walls,
Yeah.
but renting to artists and different people. So the entire building, 7 floors, and it's full of artists and companies and startups and
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that
It's,
concept.
Filled,
So cool.
filled of life, that's for sure. Yeah.
Excellent. And you've got a wonderful studio here, which you're doing a little bit of.
Yeah, I mean,
workshops and things,
yes, I do. I've been doing workshops in tiles, so on ceramics in general. So I'm here since June on this space, so it's quite new.
And she just came back from the US. She was teaching there tile painting.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yeah.
last
Oh, that is
August,
wonderful.
yeah, I was in Portland, in Oregon, and in Sonoma, California, teaching blue and white tile painting.
Oh.
Traditional
workshop.
Portuguese
Yes.
style,
Because
yeah.
we love the azulejos. It's
Yeah.
just,
You're really
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It was quite an experience. I have 2 workshops there, completely booked. People loved it.
Portland is very hipster, isn't it?
Yes, it's very artistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you have that
I
kind of
love
stuff over there.
Portland. Yeah, I went to the East Coast too, and last week
Yeah.
I was there, and I'm definitely more a West Coast girl.
Okay, right, for a start.
For sure.
Gotta love the West Coast.
Yeah. So much work. And but
yes.
it came out great.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one is
My
yours.
And also, so this is done with 1 blue, but it's powder and water. That's all it is. And you control how much powder you put in the water, how dark or light the color is.
You basically
right.
from the same color, you
Yeah.
can say several shades of blue and do this contrast. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Is the powder, is it a natural material or is it?
Yes, it's they all come from natural oxides, oxides that came in nature.
Okay.
And then
Beautiful colour,
they're-
isn't it?
yeah.
Like that,
right.
yeah.
And it changes a lot. Usually our cobalt blue, it's not this color, it's more purple, like this one. Where is it? It's this color.
Oh wow, it's like a violet, isn't it?
I know, right? I would have never imagined that.
And then it changes
Yeah.
to that deep blue.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of those change. It's quite funny to see before and the after. Yeah.
And is this like the traditional way it's always been done?
Yes.
With these
Yes.
accessories?
Even the white that we use, so the tiles are not, we don't paint on top of ceramics, we paint on top of glaze that hasn't been burned yet. So this is the
Okay.
color of the ceramic.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the
So
glaze.
that's
If
your,
you look,
yeah.
it's white.
Yeah, it was so fascinating
Yeah.
because it's really powdery.
Yes.
You know?
So you paint on top of this, and then it becomes like that. But this color of white is called the 17th century white, because it's the same recipe that has been done since the 17th century. So we keep doing it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Brilliant.
Tried and tested over the
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
We use an old technique of tracing paper.
Yeah.
We do the drawing, and then we make holes, little holes like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yes. And then we use a charcoal doll, which is basically just charcoal on a. I'm gonna pass on this one.
So that's how we traced it on the tile.
The pattern, yeah. I wondered if it was a stencil or.
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
And then it
for-
stays on the charcoal when it goes on the kiln. It just disappears. With the heat will burn it, and it just stays the blue.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is really fascinating because when we left, there was a lot of black on here, you know,
Yeah.
through the lines, right? And there is no black now.
Yeah. This
Like as you
Turns
promised.
You're happy with the finished product?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look very good.
Wonderful.
Well, for a first time.
Mariana was just saying that she was on Portuguese national TV last week.
Yes, I was on a show called Praça da Alegria on.
RTP1.
Yes,
I watch
exactly.
it all the time. 10 o'clock every morning.
So yeah, I was on that show last week. I had a guy here making me an interview about my daily work, about the tile paintings,
Yeah.
about the workshops and all that.
Yeah.
It was quite an interesting experience.
So I have a question. Like, we were in Porto recently, and the churches there with those incredible azulejo tiles on the sides of the church. But how on earth would they make them?
Are
Like,
the blue and white?
yes, the blue and white tiles, or even in Salbento with the train station, with just like a whole wall being azulejo. It's like,
So it's a big tile panel.
Yeah.
It's there's a support like I have that one for painting them.
yes.
But imagine that like the size of the tile panels that you're seeing.
Yes.
Yes, so it needs to be very big easel to hold the tiles, or you can paint them on the floor, or you can make sections and paint by section and assemble them together. But they are basically painted like that.
And so they would have all started with the.
Oh yeah. They will start with
holes?
this, and we'll start with the tiles like this, and then they will transfer the image to the tile. And the process, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, it is. It's quite a thing. Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, there's a few people that work this for several years that can go directly on the tile and just paint it by hand like a canvas.
Wow.
But when we're talking about such a big thing, like some bento tile panels are huge and everything needs to fit in right places, yeah, they must use tracing paper like this to assemble things on the right place.
Wow. Because I don't know of any other country in the world, apart from Portugal, that does such beautiful, like blue and white.
Well,
tiles.
actually, our blue and white is not ours from origins. It comes from Delft, from the Netherlands. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Even the single figure, the one that like this is a single figure. I don't think I have any. Oh, that's one.
Okay.
So we call it the single
Oh my
figure
word.
because it's just a single figure on a tile. Those are not squares, but you can have an idea. These are influenced from the Netherlands. So back in the 1500s, when Portugal was traveling all over the world, and also the Dutch people, we trade a lot, and at the time they were painting tiles with this blue. It's called the Delft blue, it's what they say. And we brought this to Portugal and started doing it because it was cheaper to cover our walls with big tile panels instead of tapestry. So we found a way to cover them and have motifs on the wall. They also reflect light, so it was nice to have a brighter place. And it was comparing to the big tapestry on the medieval and Renaissance Europe was so much cheaper, and well, we kind of developed our own thing, and I think I'm not going to say that we became more famous with the tiles than them, but I think so. I don't want to offend anyone, but yeah, I think
You'll see comments.
yes, probably controversy. I'm sorry.
This is amazing. I thought it was Moorish.
Well, also that. So the Moorish tiles came from our Moorish influence. So they were here way before Portugal was Portugal.
Yes.
And then we had our first king, Dom Afonso Henriques, that started kicking off the Moorish from our lands, but they left a lot of influence and marks on words, on food, oranges, watermelons, everything comes from them, including the tiles. So they doing it, and they still do it on Morocco and in Spain, and we still doing it in here with the same techniques that they were using on the 19th century, yes.
Amazing.
And in on tile relief, what they do is they make the tile with relief as a shape.
Wow.
So instead of wasting time doing the separation already exists on the tile, and you just have to paint them. So this one has relief. It's called a relief tile.
Beautiful.
It's three-dimensional.
Yes.
Yeah.
So gorgeous.
Just a little bit, not too much. So this one is the technique called tile relief. It's not a Moroccan inspiration. It's inspired on the Caldas da Rainha. This one, it is what looks like before we paint it. It's relief on a Moroccan tile.
Oh.
Yeah.
So very different tile to.
Yes.
So
the
you
ceramic
basically
tiles.
make the tile like this originally, and then you painted it.
Yes.
Okay. So you
And-
don't have to do those steps.
Exactly.
Got it.
So you just have a big work first, like this takes a long time to do it, but you only do it once.
Yeah.
And from
Now,
here you can do
you
several.
do this manually by hand?
Yes.
The lines? Oh.
Part of the Moroccan tile workshop that I do is the first day of the workshop. We build 3 days. The first day of workshop, you build your own tiles,
Right.
and that includes
So
carving on the plaster. So you carve on plaster, and as you see, this is the relief going down, and this goes up.
Right.
So first you carve on the plaster, and then you press the tile against the plaster, and you have your relief tile. So first day you build your own tiles. The ones with the relief up. There's also a variant of this one with the relief down on the tile, and you also fill up with the oxide, the oil. And then you do your simple tiles, like without anything for you to paint on. And then the second day, you paint all the tiles that you did on the first day. And then the third day, you do the mosaic, because it's a technique that doesn't need to go into the kiln again. It just dries on air. And you, by the end of the third day, you take all the tiles that you did before with you.
It's finished, and you can take your work
I
home
can't
with
wait
you.
to take that workshop.
It's very intensive,
Yes.
but it's not in a same or the correct timeline, because you start with the mosaic and then the corde sec and then the relief. But this way, by the end of the workshop, you can take them all and have that period of time to let the tiles dry.
great. How can people contact you and find out more about your workshops?
Well, usually what I ask people to do is send me a direct message to me and send me their email so I can add them on my mailing list, and that way it's easier for me when I have things going on and send emails to everyone. Hey, this workshop is happening.
Yeah.
And you're on Instagram, right?
I'm on Instagram, Mariana Sampaio Studio. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And you will link her.
Yes,
Yeah,
oh, definitely.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. And the fact that Ava gave you such a glowing review, that's so wonderful.
Very unexpected.
Well, it was very easy to give you glowing reviews. It was an amazing experience.
It's a mug with a little trick.
Yes,
Cowbridge
that's
pottery.
Yeah.
kind of what it looks like.
It
Yeah,
is.
and
It
you're
is.
explaining the story behind this.
I was explaining that this is actually not made by Bordallo, not the mug or the concept. This was something that was made, I think it was Dom Fernando, the king, that asked to the royal factory of ceramics that was here in Caldas at the time for the guy to create something that would amuse the court. So he came out with this brilliant idea to create something that would make ladies blush and pass down on the floor when they see it. So they start doing a lot of mugs and utilitarian pieces and everything. So the trick was they fill up this with whatever you were drinking, wine or whatever it is, and you start drinking, and then you didn't know that this was inside.
Yeah.
And then when you drink and a little head comes up, it's a motive of a big laugh, basically. So yeah, that's the story. Not made by Bordallo. It was not his idea to do that. So yeah, and now it's one of the biggest symbols of Caldas. Yeah, it's not what ceramic artists do also. There's just a few ones doing ceramic arts with this. The rest don't do that. So just for you to know. But we have a saying that when it's 5 o'clock, I'm not going to make any more of those. So, but this is in Portuguese makes more sense. So it means that everyone that works on factories are doing this until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, that's the story. That I usually do, which is called the naughty mug.
Oh, you do? Actually, I almost said that, people don't need to be afraid because you will not be doing a workshop like that, so you are.
Yeah, this is just an example. But I do them very inclusive, so it doesn't need to be only male. Sometimes we have a female version also.
But this would make a really great bridal shower type of a...
Yes, it does. So yeah, this is just an example of the naughty mugs that you can do. But usually my workshops are around 8 to 12 people. It's the number that I feel comfortable that I can give the proper attention.
So
to
it could
everyone.
be a great birthday party.
Yes,
bridal
actually
shower.
I did a birthday party a few weeks ago with the kids.
Or people who live here, but
Yeah.
not from here, and they have visitors coming from another country, they can come and take a
Yeah.
beautiful workshop, which is what we did.
That happens all the time, yeah.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah.
The dog is from my grandmother, so this was something that I started doing in 2017 when I opened the studio. And it was my way of honor them, basically. So I'm very attached to my family, especially the women of my family. They all were and are hard work women, and I had no interest on making doilies or laces, or I couldn't. It's not my art thing, but I found a way to honor them and represent them on my ceramics. So every piece has a different name. The one that you see on my logo is actually called Dona Celeste.
This one here?
Is my grandmother, yeah. That's Dona Celeste. Dona Celeste is still alive, and she's my inspiration, and I love her very much. She raised me, so that's my way of thanking her.
So cool, these are some of the students' pieces from Mariana's workshops. Oh wow, oh man, so love that bird. Anyone with an interest in other leisures, how these beautiful things are made.
This is the place to come, without a doubt.
I'm not sure if it's a bar or a brewery. Central Finest Beer. Love the artwork.
The wall mural here is painted by a famous local artist whose name I can't remember.
Ames, yes, I
Ames
think.
or something,
Yes. Wow, it is fantastic. And it's here inside this wonderful bar, Central Silos. So what a great place to come for a drink.
It's walking distance from La Vie or the Praça da Fruta.
Wow.
All of it is walking distance from here. It's very central.
Excellent.
Yeah.